We need more sales. Okay, but the team says they're doing all they can to close deals. Well, then let's make it easier for them and have them just focus on enrolling any customer that they can, remove any and all barriers that might be in their way, get them to put more fish in the boat, and we'll let ops figure it out from there. This is an actual conversation between myself and the owner of a B2C company that was focused on consumer services. I also know this is a paraphrased semi version of something that happens all the time in companies between owners, founders, CEOs, and some level of sales leadership. The underlying message is stop putting barriers in the way of the sales team from selling more new customers. Also, the message is volume is the most important thing over quality. And then here's where it gets to when I'm called in is our reps are winning and making a bunch of money, but we as a company are actually losing. Now, what has happened in this dynamic is that the leadership team has decided that unit volume was the most important sales focus, that more sales solves everything. Now, if you've been in that situation or you're in that situation now, then you know that not all sales are created equal. For example, a sale that generates $1,000 but took $2,000 in marketing and leads to generate and commissions on top of that to produce is not a good business model. Now, of course, if it's a reoccurring program and service, then you'd want to look at the projected lifetime value, but is it still worth it? So, why doesn't it work out to have your salespeople focus on doing as many sales as possible? They're salespeople, right? Seems like that would be the only thing that they should focus on, right? The problem lies in the statement that people are motivated by what's in their best interest, not yours, not the company's, not even the customers. People, if left to their default mode, will always choose what's in their best interest as a default. Typically, that equates to the least amount of work, effort, and struggle and grind to produce the greatest amount of results, and in this case, money. But you might say, they're salespeople, they love to sell. No, they love to close deals. They are motivated in the same way by the money that comes from closing a sale. And yes, okay, there are some that love the process and conversations, the art and the science, the game and the tactics, the effort and the challenge, right? That is the case with some, but I promise that doesn't apply to most of your team. Just the top 10 to 20% that are producing 80% of your results. The rest of your team, the middle and the bottom, are focused on getting through each call, each day, each week. They are motivated by avoiding pain or achieving gain in the easiest and best way possible. Now, I'm not saying they are maliciously trying to game the system, cheat the company, lie to customers. I'm saying they're human, and humans love comfort, safety, and easy. We are all human. It takes a lot for a human to make themselves uncomfortable on purpose. When you set up the rules of the game for your salespeople to only focus on one parameter, total sales, then that is what you're going to get. But there's a good chance if there's an option on the price, they will sell the cheapest, easiest price option package possible. There will probably be a lot of cancellations, undersold, oversold, misled, not actually a good fit for their customer wants and needs. Something in the sales process will lead to people having lots of buyer's remorse and then returning or canceling what they bought. It's also very possible that your system, the CRM, won't be updated, and there will be a lot of paperwork submission quality issues, missing data, missing information, and so on. You didn't incentivize or disincentivize any of those parameters. You only told the team what's the value is the most is sales. Quantity over quality. Top line volume, not bottom line revenue or profit. Most companies don't even realize it until it's too late, but they set the game up for only one player to win, and that's the salesperson. Show me the incentives and I'll show you the outcome is a quote by Charlie Munger. The key is you must build out all the rules of the game. It must be structured in a way that when the company achieves what it needs, the salespeople who helped that happen win. And the managers and the team leaders who had winning teams win as well. But be careful not to go too far to the other extreme of making it so only the company wins and the game is impossible for the salespeople to win. They will literally take their ball and go play somewhere else where there's an easier game where they have a chance of winning. And here's the interesting thing: the reps who don't leave, if you go too far over into that plan, the ones that don't leave will stay long enough to keep riding out the paychecks you keep giving them until you fire them. And of course, there is a balance always. Be warned, and you probably already know this from experience, the teams won't like it. Most people don't like more rules. Most people want to play simple games they can win. Yet it has to be done for the company to succeed. Profitable long-term enrollments are what matter most. I have helped companies who are at this point determine the best parameters to put in place for their team. But here are some things to consider when looking at the rules that are needed. First, do you have a legal compliance requirement of what needs to be disclosed and or avoided? Second, how long, once somebody is enrolled, indicates they are onboarded long term? So when do most of your customers cancel? When is that expected? When is that okay versus when is it not okay? Third, how can you ensure salespeople are enrolling each person for the appropriate sales price? Four, what is the closing percentage needed to ensure a profitable level of cost per acquisition for the company? Fifth, is attendance important? And if so, that should be in there as well. Sixth, is being on time important? At the start of the shift, coming back from lunch, whether it's in the office or remote, is that important and does that matter? Again, reminder, you must make it so that when your good salespeople who want to be a part of your company meet or exceed each of these parameters, they are rewarded for their ability to win the game that you built. Avoid the temptation of making it all punitive and restrictive, like car insurance companies that punish you if you have an accident, without rewards, like an insurance company that gives you a safe driver discount for not needing to use their insurance. And of course, email me, message me, leave a comment if you want to talk through your current comp plan, your job descriptions, the rules of the game for your sales team. We can review all that, what you have in place, and then we can talk through the plan for building a new game that everyone has a chance to win at that will help the customers, the salespeople, the leaders, and the business.